All right, so we've got that flour in here. There's 2 cups of water. I'm just gonna throw that in there. And a 1/4 cup of salt. Now the salt's really super important because you don't want it to get moldy. So then I actually am using a fork to stir this up. Just because flour can be a little lumpy. So I'm gonna stir this all up until the flour has been absorbed into the water and there's not a lot of lumps. And I'm going to make a judgment at that point in time to see if it's thick enough, because you don't want it too watery with the flour and water, but you you want it kind of like, it's hard to explain the consistency. I would say maybe the consistency of, I don't know, like a melted milkshake. It's not quite real super thick, but not really super watery. So you can kind of see this. There's still a lot of lumps in here, but I would kind of keep stirring this up. And this is actually a lot. I don't know that you would need any more than this. I think you can get away with just doing this. When you're done with it, when you're done completely with all of your paper mache, you will probably just pour this down the drain, but make sure you really water it down so it's not real clumpy in your drain, or you might clog it. So it's kind of watery at this point. I might let it sit for a minute or two. If I feel like it's too thin, I probably will add a little bit more flour to it. But I'm going to let it sit. And then this would be ready for dipping your paper in and applying it to your piece. So I'm just going to put that aside for right now. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the decoration. So I know that most of you are not really ready for this just yet, but I want you to be thinking about it. And then in some of the sketches, I saw you guys were already thinking about it. So let me share my screen. Let's see. Where is sharing my screen? Here we go. All right, can you guys see that? I take that as a yes. So what I just wanted to point out was like how brightly decorated, let's look at this guy. How brightly decorated he is. Oops, there's a bunch here, but we'll go back to this guy. Look how there's like these triangle patterns here. So I would say like his body, the basic color of his body seems to be this lighter green color. So what you would do is once you finish with the white part, with the paper, so your last layer is going to be white paper, whether it be notebook paper or copy paper, whatever you have. And then you would pick like a base color that you're going to color almost the whole thing. You don't have to do the whole thing one color if you know what your your design is going to be. You can go ahead, like I said here, it looks like this light green is this light green color, the base color, and then they put these darker triangles on top. I mean, he does have eyes and a mouth. He does kind of look like a lizard, a little more so than some of the other animals that are based on Oaxacan animals. Let me go here to this armadillo. You can see how like it's divided into different things. This is almost like a Zentangle. There's so much going on this particular piece. So possibly the base color of this one would be black, because you could see a lot of black through here. There's a lot of black in these areas around here. So you could have painted this whole thing black, let that dry, and then go in with the bright colors to have it stand out. So you kind of, let's see what else is here. Nope. Too many things open on my computer. So, like you can see this turtle, how in the turtle, there is this kind of, not the bright green color, but the other darker green color underneath seems to go throughout the entire turtle. So that whole thing would have been painted this darker green color, and then the other paint added on top of it. So you get my idea, right? But I don't think you guys are there yet. I think right now what you are, where you guys seem to be. You said I made mines, but it didn't turn out how it was supposed to.
Unmute and mute.
It's for you.
So can I just say it's a dog? Sure. I'm not too sure what yours look like. If Kayla, did you submit yours to the progress check? Are you there, Kayla? All right. So anyway, let me get rid of this. So you're going to get the idea, right? That we're not painting them to look like they should in real life. We are painting them with all these really brightly colored patterns. You know, obviously this guy has a flower going on. You know,
That's nice.
there's this guy with all these polka dots. Let me move this a little bit. You can see all these polka dots within this dog. The pattern of this dog's ears, and then all this stuff going on in the cat. You know, this cat was painted white, and then everything else was kind of added to that. Probably the same with this dog, or maybe I guess maybe it's blue, and then the white are the dots. So that being said, I would like to see more people submit where they are right now. Again, also, I'd love to hear from you if you need to, if you need, you know, more time, let me know. If you need,
Miss Mo, I just joined.
I know, I know, yep. So, I don't know. What do you guys need from me? Anything? Okay, so like I said, I think 9 of you submitted to yesterday's deadline. So you guys have some work to do as far as getting that stuff submitted to. Let's see what else.
Which folder do we have to go in when we have to do our work?
Yeah, well, did you see how the things are decorated? So I saw your penguin is painted like a regular penguin.
Yeah.
So you want to add some decoration to that penguin, okay? So maybe in the white part, you want to do some patterning, maybe some polka dots might be good.
Oh yeah, that'll look nice actually.
Yeah.
That would.
So maybe in the white part, you want to do black polka dots, and maybe in the black part, you want to do white polka dots. That might be a good thing to do to add that decoration to your penguin instead of it being painted like what a penguin actually looks
Okay.
like. And so I think that because you guys aren't communicating very well. Anybody just chime in, please.
Oh, somebody left the meeting.
Yeah.
I know. So
After paper macheing with the newspaper, what's
yeah,
the next step after that? Don't you have to do it with white paper?
the very last step is to use white paper. So if you don't have copy paper, which is probably the best one just to rip up and put on for the final step, you can go ahead and use notebook paper with the blue lines. That would be fine too.
Okay, and then do we just paint it whenever we come back?
Yep, you want to let it dry.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that it's completely dry and that you want to pick like a base color. So what I'm going to do is ask that you guys submit to me on Wednesday, so tomorrow, a kind of sketch of what you're going to do as the design. So
Okay.
on paper, you're going to just take, on paper, you're going to take some paint that you have and just show me what's your design going to look like. If it's going to have multiple different designs everywhere, you can do that. Like I said, some people already was thinking this through when they showed me their sketches, and on their sketch they showed design. So if that's the design you're going to go in, I want to know like a color scheme. So if white is going to be your basic background and then you're going to go on top of that, then I want to see what colors you're going to use and what design you're going to do. So we got a lot of time to pay attention to the surface design. It's like a multi-step process. You've got creating your form, but then I feel like the design is almost as important as the form itself. So you can go ahead and do that sketch. I'll put that in today. When I'm done with my classes, I'll put in that assignment for the sketch. So if your guys don't have paint just yet and you have markers, you can do your sketch as long as you're
I
giving.
have paints at home.
Okay, as long as you are giving me an idea of what colors you're using. So think really bright colors, think patterning. When I showed you guys these examples, all I put in was Oaxacan animals into Google for search, and found a lot of different examples to look at. So there's tons of things on the internet for you to see. Remember, Oaxacan is spelt kind of weird. It's Oaxacan. So it's not spelt how it sounds. So, there we are with this. So no matter where you are, I really feel like a lot of you are just at the paper mache part. So, make sure that you're doing that. Again, it may take like overnight for it to dry. It may take even longer. You might find that you do a bunch of paper mache and you let it sit overnight, and then it still might be damp in the morning. So if it's damp and you need to do more paper mache, that's fine, but I wouldn't paint something that's damp. I would wait until it's pretty dry. All right. Does anybody have any questions? No?
No.
Okay, good. So, oh, you use paper towels for the paper mache? Huh. How'd that work out? somebody said they use paper towels. Oh, you didn't do it. You use paper towels for the paper mache. You do paper towels. I'm a little concerned about using paper towels because I feel like they might be crumbly. I don't know. Like they might not. They might absorb all the water and not really. I don't know. But for the last level, maybe that would be a good thing. They are textured, so you might have a texture to your piece. I don't know. It's worth a try, I guess. But I would stick with paper, really. Just because paper towels are so absorbent, I guess. So, like if you had the kind that we have at school that are a little more papery, I don't even know if that would work very much. I don't know. But it's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try. But if it seems like the paper turns too mushy and kind of falls apart and you're not really able to put it onto your animal, then I would try and find some other paper. All right, so anybody else have any questions?
I think I missed it earlier, but how much water did you use for 1 cup of flour?
2 cups of water. And so here's my mixture. And you know what? I would use a little less water. I would start maybe with 1.5 cups because I feel like I need to add. Can you see this? I don't know if you guys can see this. I need a different camera. It seems really watery to me. I would want it a little bit thicker. So I would start with 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of flour. And if that seems a little thick, then I would go ahead and add just a little bit more water until you get a good thickness. This seems really watery. To find some newspaper to see how it feels. And then I don't have a lot of newspaper, which I guess I can feel your guys' pain being at home. So yeah, I would start with 1.5 cups, and then if it's too thick and gloppy, throw in some more water. But I wouldn't go over to 2 cups.
Okay, thank you.
Don't forget the salt as well, or it'll get moldy. All right. So I guess let's see. 39. You guys have like about 20 minutes or so. So if you wanted to get to work doing getting me some images or getting your animals to a point where you could take an image and throw it into that project that was due yesterday. All right. And I'll be here if you need me. I'm going to stop this recording.